top secret upgrade to the US destroyer shocked the world. There is a top secret upgrade project going on in the US Navy, and they're about to shock the whole world with it. This top secret upgrade is being done on the most dangerous warship in their fleet, and it is about to change everything. What warship is the US Navy working on? And why is this upgrade classified as a top secret project? Join us as we explore this top secret upgrade that would shock the entire world. Named after Admiral Elmo Zumwalt, the USS Zumwalt is arguably the most potent destroyer in the world. At the same time, it is super cool because it's designed to be sneaky, taking ideas from the F-117 Nighthawk plane. From the outset, the plan was for this ship to be like a ninja on the water, invisible to radars but still packing a punch like a destroyer. So, it was bolstered with some super fancy technology, like a special hull, radar-absorbing materials, and an ability to maintain a low profile to make it really tricky for enemies to spot on the radars. This means Zumwalt can operate in tough spots without getting noticed by assailants. A stealthy powerhouse, sailing in hostile waters, yet invisible to enemy radar systems. The Zumwalt class is different from older destroyers because it's made for many jobs. Unlike the ones before, which mainly fought in deep waters, the Zumwalt is built to help ground forces in land attacks. It still does the usual destroyer things like fighting planes, ships, and submarines. Named after Elmo Russell Zumwalt Jr., the Zumwalt-class destroyer pays tribute to an American naval legend. Zumwalt, who notably became the youngest person to serve as the Chief of Naval Operations, held a pivotal role in U.S. military history, particularly during the Vietnam War, rising to the rank of Admiral and later taking on the mantle of the 19th Chief of Naval Operations. He left an indelible mark by implementing significant reforms in the U.S. Navy's personnel policies. His focus was on enhancing enlisted life and addressing racial tensions, showcasing a commitment to the welfare of the Navy's personnel and the broader goal of fostering unity within the ranks. Beyond his illustrious naval career, Zumwalt ventured into politics, although unsuccessfully, launching a campaign for the United States Senate after he retired from a commendable 32-year service in the Navy. The ship's amazing features were first planned in the DD-21 program, also known as the 21st Century Destroyer. But in 2001, Congress decided to cut it in half in the SC-21 program. They changed the name to DDX to keep things going, and they gave it a big makeover. Revenue for the DDG-1000, which was part of this plan, was approved in 2007 from the National Defense Authorization Act. By February 2008, a big $1.4 billion contract went to Bath Iron Works in Maine, and a year later, in February 2009, the ship's full production officially kicked off. Back in July 2008, they set up a plan for General Dynamics to finish building the ship by April 2013. The aim was for Zumwalt to take sea by March 2015, but in 2012 they hit a snag, and the ship was now expected to be ready by the 2014 fiscal year. The first part of the ship got started on November 17, 2011, at Bath Iron Works. At that time, more than 60% of the ship was already put together. They were all set for a big naming ceremony on October 19, 2013, but it got cancelled because of the US government shutdown in 2013. Finally, the ship was launched into the water on October 29, 2013. Quite a journey, with just a few bumps along the way. Starting in January 2014, Zumwalt got ready for some heavy weather trials, basically to check how the ship handles rough weather, like strong winds and stormy seas. The ship's cool design, with its wave-piercing bow and tumble-home hull, makes it less visible on radars. Tests were conducted to see how the ship moves side to side, up and down, and even how it tilts. They also checked things like fuel unloading, testing the data center, propulsion tests, and evaluating the radar and mission systems. All of this led to some big trials by the builders and acceptance trials. The ship was set to go for tests by the US Navy in late 2014, with the goal of being fully ready for action by 2016. With Zumwalt being put through its paces, things seemed to be working smoothly. When Zumwalt embarked on its maiden voyage, Captain James A. Kirk took the helm. This grabbed a bit of media spotlight due to his name resembling the famous Star Trek character, Captain James T. Kirk, played by William Shatner. It's amusing how names can align sometimes. Interestingly, Shatner himself sent a supportive letter to Zumwalt's crew in April 2014. Fast forward to December 7, 2015, and the ship left Bath Iron Works for some serious sea trials. They aimed to test if Zumwalt could handle challenging conditions, ensuring it was fully ready to officially join the fleet as a commissioned warship. On December 12, 2015, while going through sea trials, Zumwalt stepped up to help a fishing boat captain in a tough spot. The US Coast Guard needed assistance, as the fishing boat's captain had a medical emergency about 40 nautical miles from Portland, Maine. Because of the deck conditions, the Coast Guard helicopter couldn't lift the patient from the fishing boat. Here's where the Zumwalt's crew jumped in. They used their 11-meter rigid-hulled inflatable boat, RHIB, to get the captain onto the destroyer. From there, the Coast Guard helicopter took him to the shore and then to the hospital. Moving on, the US Navy officially got their hands on the Zumwalt on May 20th, 2016. However, in September 2016, there was a hiccup. They found a seawater leak in the ship's auxiliary motor drive oil system, so repairs were needed. Despite this, Zumwalt officially joined the ranks when the US Navy commissioned it in October 15th, 2016, during Fleet Week in Baltimore. On November 21st, 2016, while making its way from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean through the Panama Canal, Zumwalt faced a setback. It lost power in one of its shafts. The issue happened in the port shaft, and water got into 2 of the 4 bearings that link Zumwalt's left and right advanced induction motors to the drive shafts. As a result, both drive shafts gave out, causing Zumwalt to bump into the canal's lock walls, resulting in minor cosmetic damage. To get through the Panama Canal, tugboats had to assist Zumwalt, finishing the journey that way. The ship then had to undergo repairs at Vasco Núñez de Balboa Naval Base, near the Pacific Ocean end of the canal, before it could continue to its home port at Naval Station San Diego. When Zumwalt arrived in San Diego, it turned out that the leak was in the lubrication cooling system, but the cause of the problem remained a mystery. People close to the situation thought that completing the canal transit with tugboats was a smart move. They also praised Captain Kirk for quick thinking and honesty. He chose to admit the cooling system failure instead of risking damage to the propulsion system by steering the ship to the dock without help. In April 2019, Zumwalt set out from San Diego for its initial operational deployment into the Pacific, following shipyard availability from 2017 to 2018. This deployment took the ship to Ketchikan, Alaska, where the watch teams carried out stability trials in challenging Sea State 6 stormy seas. Talk about alliteration. The journey also included a significant stop at Pearl Harbor, marking the first time a Zumwalt-class destroyer visited Hawaii. The Navy officially accepted the final delivery in April 2020, gearing up for more sea tests to ensure the ship was in top-notch condition. Moving ahead, in September 2022, Zumwalt reached another milestone by making its inaugural port in Guam, during its longest voyage since being commissioned en route to Japan. However, by August 1, 2023, Zumwalt was on the move again, heading to its new home port in Ingalls Shipbuilding in Pascagoula, Mississippi. This was the journey that marked the beginning of a modernization period, with plans to incorporate advanced technology upgrades for the ship's continued effectiveness. Before we elaborate on the hypersonic missile upgrades on the Zumwalt, let us examine its features before the upgrade. Falling under the category of guided missile destroyers, the Zumwalt-class destroyer boasts impressive features contributing to its operational prowess. With a substantial displacement of 14,564 long tons, a length of 600 feet, a beam measuring 80.7 feet, and a draft of 27.6 feet, the Zumwalt's physical dimensions underline its robust presence on the seas. Powered by cutting-edge technology, the vessel relies on a sophisticated propulsion system known as the Integrated Power System, or IPS. This system harnesses the force of 2 Rolls-Royce MT-30 gas turbines, each generating a formidable 35.4 megawatts, and 2 Rolls-Royce RR4500 turbine generators, each contributing 3.8 megawatts. The culmination of this power results in a remarkable 78 megawatts, or 105,000 shaft horsepower, that propels the Zumwalt at a swift speed of 33.5 knots, equivalent to 62 kilometers an hour or 38.6 miles per hour. In addition to its sheer power, The Zumwalt-class destroyer accommodates a crew of 142, ensuring efficient operation and control. The vessel is equipped with advanced sensor and processing systems, including the AN-SPY-3 multifunction radar, with X-band scanned array capabilities, enhancing its ability to detect and track multiple targets. Complementing this is the Volume Search Radar, VSR, featuring S-band scanned array technology. These sensor systems significantly contribute to the vessel's situational awareness that allows it to navigate through diverse operational environments with precision. The Zumwalt's impressive combination of power, size, and advanced technologies establishes it as a formidable asset in naval operations, and this showcases a commitment to innovation and effectiveness in maritime defense. The armament of the Zumwalt-class destroyer underscores its formidable offensive capabilities. Armed with 20 Mk-57 vertical launch system modules, each module comprised of 4 vertical launch cells, the vessel houses an impressive total of 80 launch cells. These versatile cells can accommodate various missiles, including the RIM-66 Standard Missile, RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow Missile, BGM-109 Tomahawk, and the RUM-139 VL ASROC. The adaptability of these launch cells allows the Zumwalt to carry a mix of missiles, depending on their size and intended use. Further enhancing its firepower are 2 155mm or 6.1 inches advanced gun systems, equipped with a 920-round magazine, although currently they are inoperable due to lack of ammunition. Additionally, the vessel features 2 Mark 46 30mm or 1.2 inches guns by General Dynamics Land Systems, contributing to its close-in defense capabilities. The Zumwalt's sophisticated armament system positions it as a versatile and potent naval asset. The Mark 57 VLS modules offer flexibility by accommodating a variety of missiles, enabling the destroyer to adapt to different mission requirements. The inclusion of the advanced gun systems and the Mark 46 30mm guns further diversifies its offensive capabilities, addressing both long-range and close-in defense needs. While the inoperability of the 155mm guns highlights a current limitation, the Zumwalt's overall armament configuration underscores its role as a modern, adaptable destroyer equipped to handle a range of maritime challenges with precision and firepower. The Zumwalt-class destroyer showcases impressive aerial capabilities in that it is able to carry either 2 SH-60 Lamps helicopters or 1 MH-60R helicopter. This aircraft carrying capability enhances the vessel's versatility, enabling it to deploy maritime helicopters for a range of missions, including anti-submarine warfare, surveillance, and search and rescue operations. The inclusion of the SH-60 Lamps and MH-60R helicopters underscores the Zumwalt's commitment to comprehensive maritime capabilities, extending its reach and effectiveness in naval operations. Additionally, the Zumwalt-class destroyer incorporates the development of 3 MQ-8 Fire Scout vertical takeoff and unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as VT-UAV. These unmanned aerial vehicles contribute to the ship's intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities, offering an extended operational range and ability to gather critical information in various maritime scenarios. The combination of manned and unmanned aerial assets further establishes the Zumwalt as a technologically advanced and adaptable naval platform, equipped to address a spectrum of challenges with enhanced reconnaissance and operational flexibility. Now, the interesting twist about the Zumwalt is that it has these advanced gun systems, or AGS, that shoot the Long-Range Land Attack Projectile, LRLAP. This projectile was supposed to be one of many for the AGS, but it ended up being the only one it could use. The LRLAP could reach up to 100 nautical miles fired from the AGS, helping out ground forces. But here's the bummer, they cancelled getting more LRLAP in 2016, and the Navy doesn't plan to replace it. Because of this, the Zumwalt is now more about surface warfare instead of helping out with naval gunfire support. And here is the important question. What upgrade is being made to this potent destroyer? Well, the USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 currently stands on the verge of a groundbreaking transformation, as it is set to be equipped with a hypersonic missile system that blurs the boundary between cutting-edge technology and maritime reality. Lockheed Martin, a prominent defense giant, has boldly declared its commitment to conduct flight tests for this revolutionary ship-based launcher of high-speed destruction by 2024. The Navy's Conventional Prompt Strike Hypersonic Missile System represents more than just an upgrade. It signifies a significant leap forward in naval capabilities. Currently undergoing a big change at HII's shipyard in Mississippi, the USS Zumwalt, with its ominous silhouette and futuristic technology, is poised to become a source of envy for both allies and adversaries. Commander Arlo Abramson, delivering his message with the steadiness befitting the ship he commands, emphasizes that these enhancements aim to maintain the Zumwalt's status as a lethal predator of the seas. In a statement to Navy Times last August, Commander Abramson confirmed that the upgrades would ensure the Zumwalt remains one of the most technologically advanced and lethal ships in the US Navy. The focus on hypersonic weapons marks a paradigm shift in naval warfare, with the USS Zumwalt at the forefront of this transformation. The CHGB, featuring an advanced warhead and guidance system, signifies a critical asset in the ongoing arms race, intensified by growing competition with China and Russia. The Government Accountability Office, or GAO, has expressed concerns regarding potential setbacks in deploying hypersonic weapons, particularly with the development of the CHGB. Delays in this key component have cast uncertainties on the Navy's ability to adhere to its planned timeline. If the hypersonic weapon isn't ready for integration during the scheduled maintenance period, the Navy may need to adjust its timeline or await the next suitable opportunity. Despite these challenges, the Navy remains resolute in its pursuit of hypersonic supremacy. To bolster this ambitious initiative, the shipyard entrusted with the monumental task of installing these cutting-edge missiles on the USS Zumwalt secured a substantial $154.8 million contract. The groundwork for this significant upgrade commenced earlier in the year with a $10.5 million planning contract for the USS Michael Mansour, DDG 1001, signaling that the Navy's ambitions extend beyond a single vessel. With high stakes and an ambitious timeline, the Navy aims not to only equip the Zumwalt-class destroyers, but also deploy these hypersonic weapons in the Virginia payload module of the Block V Virginia-class attack submarines by 2029. Despite challenges, the project is backed by the Army's deployment of the mid-range capability. A combination of deadly Tomahawk and SM-6 missiles, and the US Navy is strategically positioning itself in the high-stakes poker game of modern warfare, particularly in the tense Pacific theater. The impending flight tests for the USS Zumwalt will not merely be trials, they will send a powerful message to the world that the US Navy is not just engaged in the game, but is actively seeking to shape its conclusion. By the time the upgrade is complete, will the USS Zumwalt be the most powerful weaponry ever seen in the world? Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section.